In the last month or so, I started getting slightly desperate because this thing is still growing. It was 1.5 centimeter last year. Now, and I know it as a fact, it is 3.5 centimeters. And this is how it is. But then, a miracle happened. This is going to be a tough one. And to tell you the truth, I'm not doing this for you. I'm actually doing this for me. I care for my mother that is pretty much on her way to passing, is the nicest way to say it. And if you follow my channel, you know I'm pretty sick too. So the stress level is usually quite high, especially because my mother just fell a few times in the last few days. So it's always, the here, there, and I have lots of appointments, finding people to help us out and stay here because it's really just me and my wife and nobody else. And if you know about my channel and if you've been following, you know that I've had a huge mass in my breast for the last year. It started before Carnivore. And I had it checked. I had a mammography, I had an ultrasound, and they both said there was absolutely nothing despite feeling it and despite seeing it. I tried to go to more doctors after that and convince them, like, hey, this thing is growing. And they always looked at the result of the ultrasound and the mammography and they said, well, but they say there's nothing here. I'm like, touch me. There is something here, and the something here is not okay. Well, they didn't. They sent me away. They said it was not their specialty. They had nothing to do with it. I mean, I'm talking about gynecologists, general surgery, and I don't know. I've been to so many doctors in the last year. I really lost count. I could write on an encyclopedia how many specialties there is. In the last month or so, I started getting slightly desperate because this thing is still growing. It was 1.5 centimeter last year. Now, and I know it as a fact, it is 3.5 centimeters. And this is how it is. Yeah, this thing here. What didn't exist? What wasn't there? I finally find a doctor. Thank you to another doctor, because it was not his specialty either, but he figured there must be something wrong. And so he did send me to his colleague asking to find a spot ASAP. Thank God they found a spot in 2 days. They pushed me in. He saw me today. And within, I think, 10 minutes, I was downstairs where radiology is, getting a new mammography and a new ultrasound after the ultrasound he did in his studio. And tomorrow morning, I will have an MRI and a biopsy. And they're already setting up a full body CT scan. And I guess you know why. Because they said that this thing is bad. And they were already looking for metastasis. So isn't that awesome? It's... you know what the hardest thing is? How do I call my wife that wasn't with me for a reason or another? She was... Today, out of all days, she was not with me. She could not physically be with me. And I had to let her know I'm not coming home straight away because I have to wait to get a mammography, an ultrasound, and they also said a biopsy, but they want to wait tomorrow after the MRI so that the biopsy will not ruin anything. I didn't know who to call. It's hard to be alone in something like this. But then a miracle happened. A real miracle happened. When I was in radiology, I felt the love that humans are capable of giving one another. Every single person down there, every single nurse, every single doctor, every single radiology that I met was the sweetest person I've ever met in my whole life. I've never seen them before. They've never seen me before. So I want to be true to my good news chronicle and say that this was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I am not even scared anymore. I was literally crying my ass out down the stairs when I was going to radiology and thinking, oh my God, my wife is going to give up. She's going to give up. She's been with me for so long with all these things that happened to me. And then these people, these human beings made of flesh like me, were just there to help me out. They helped me with getting the approval from insurance. They helped me with finding spots, to finding holes where to put me in, to get me in right now, right today. And they were so sweet. I don't even think they knew that the previous doctors made some horrendous mistakes. They were just there for me in that moment. And I don't know if they're usually like that with everyone, but if they are, I would really want all of you listening to please give them a thumbs up and send them a heart, because we need this in this world so much. I think that the biggest thing is human connection. Humans for humans. We have forgotten that if we come together as one, like, we can withstand everything. I don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow they're going to do more tests. They pretty much told me it does not look good at all. I can't do more than being as carnivore as I am. But again, the good news is in all of this, even if this is as bad as it gets, my blood work is still amazing. Besides my kidneys that are failing, obviously, for the other disease that I have. So I know I've done everything I could, everything that was in my power to get better. And the truth, right now, I'm positive. And I'm positive thanks to that human support I had. Help your neighbors. Help your friends. Put yourself aside sometimes. And just be there for someone. It doesn't matter what for. It does not matter. Just show kindness. Show support. Show that you are there. And we can make this world into a healthy, beautiful place. I'll let you know how this goes. And if you want to give me a thumbs up for support, I'm not gonna throw it away. Okay. Thank you very much, and keep up the good work. Keep up the healing. We really need it.